I'm Carol Livingston of Dynamics Connections, and on this week's ISV Talks episode, we have Kathleen Forsyth. She's the Partner Channel Manager for Gorilla Expense. And Gorilla Expense takes the pain out of expense and timesheet reporting through their clean, simple, easy to use, but powerful applications. With global users in over 40 countries, they have solutions that seamlessly integrate with Dynamics GP, SL, NAV, and D365 Business Central. Please welcome Kathleen. On this week's ISV Talks, we have Kathleen Forsyth. She's the Partner Channel Manager from Gorilla Expense. So welcome, Kathleen. I'm super excited to have you as a guest this week.
Thank you, Carol. It's wonderful to be here. I'm right outside of Denver, so 7 miles from the Rocky Mountains, and it's a beautiful sunny day. So thanks a lot. It's great to speak with you.
Nice. Thank you for joining. Could you give a brief introduction of yourself and maybe a little bit about your products and services?
Sure. So again, it's Kathleen Forsyth. We already established that that's who I am. And I run the channel. I'm the Director of Channel and Partnerships for Gorilla Expense. And, we provide an expense solution for the small and medium SMB market. And our solutions, an important thing to know about them is that they integrate with the Dynamics, BC365, NAV, SAV, SL, and GP. And we also integrate in this on the Sage platform to Sage 300 and Sage CRM. So we are ERP centric with our expense management solution.
Tell us a little bit about, I know you have some other products too, besides expense management.
We have a timesheet solution, which we are really starting to focus on for the market right now. It's timesheet for project management, for project accounting. It's not the timesheets where you go and use, you put your timesheet in a little time clock. So it's for the professional services companies. And we are getting a lot of attention for it. It's built on the same platform as our expense management solution. So we've got a lot of experience and depth in it, and we're seeing a lot of uptake. People are really liking it.
So I do get a lot of requests for project timesheets and so forth. Does it track projects as well?
It tracks projects for timesheets, yes, and integrates into both 365 and GP.
Great. Well, tell me a little bit about what you're seeing happening in the channel over this past year, especially with the pandemic. What have you seen?
Well, one of the things we're seeing is a consolidation at the bar level. So we're seeing some of the really big bars absorbing some of the really small ones, 1-2 partnerships. So we're seeing that. And with the pandemic, what we've been seeing is, of course, traveling is down somewhat because of that. So where we're seeing that our customers are really focusing is on their field personnel, because the field personnel really cannot not travel. They have to go out, they have to fix the refrigerators, they have to fix the HVAC systems. Yeah. So we're seeing a lot of uptake there. And then the timesheets piece is also very important.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think probably with a pandemic, a lot of people, like you said, aren't traveling. So, maybe people are rethinking they need the big, travel reimbursement system? Would Gorilla Expense be a good replacement for that?
Well, we are concentrated on the SMB market. And one of the things that when the company was founded, I love this story, the reason that the name Gorilla Expense came about was our founders, he was in Africa and he saw the gorillas and he saw how strong they were and how they could bring their strength to getting something done when they needed to, and otherwise they were fine. So we really designed the product to have that kind of strength and that kind of a solution. And we decided we wanted to be in the SMB market because we felt it was really underserved. So there's a lot of traveling still going on, and we are seeing and planning to see a big uptick as the country opens up more, and we are prepared for that uptick.
Yeah. What about international travel? Are you seeing a lot of need for multi-currency because there's international travel maybe opening up and borders opening up now?
We actually, our solution works across borders. We have a French language version for Canada because that's
Okay.
required in the Montreal area. And we're mostly in the English speaking non-US countries. So we have customers in New Zealand, we have customers in the UK, we can handle the multi-currency issues. So that's not a problem. So yeah, so and for those companies that are traveling internationally, it's always the case that they're having that it's not just in the UK, it's in the UK and the US, and we're seeing that kind of a demand.
Well, you already talked about where the name originated. How did the company start?
You know, the guys were working for a company and they were very technical, very advanced and competent technically. And they were sick of Xeroxing, you know, the classic manual processing of expense reports, Xeroxing, copying, attaching, putting it in the mail. And they didn't see anything when they looked at the market that really addressed it with all of the new technologies. And so what happened is that we designed the solution to be at the leading edge of technology. And at the same time, we were seeing the move towards an online solution and SaaS solutions. And we decided, this is 10 years ago, we decided to enter in the market from that point of view. And we've been in that ever since.
Yeah, and use OCR technology, I'm guessing, right, along with that.
Well, we have, so from a point of view of functionality, a couple of things that the market really asked us for early on is the ability to scan using the OCR technology, which we are able to do. The other thing that they wanted to be able to look is at receipts and scan receipts. That's with the OCR. They wanted to have a credit card capability. And that's more recent. What we've seen is happening is that companies, there more and more companies are using corporate credit cards and they're getting the corporate credit card statements. They want to see them reconciled against the expense reports of the individuals to make sure that there's no issues. So yeah, so that's one of the big ones. So receipt scan's big, credit card reconciliation is really big, and integration. Without the integration,
oh my gosh, yes.
Business companies, they are insanely sick of having 2 or 3 software companies provide a bridge and a solution. Several of our partners have tried to write bridges to integrate, and they're like, no, we don't want to do that anymore. So our integration to Business Central is kind of what we've been talking about, but GP, NAV, and SL is one of the biggest things that we do. It's integrated, it's part of our solution, and it's really quite, we're very proud of it.
Yeah, that integration, I think that is one of the great things about your product is having it fully integrated and not having to create a custom integration, buy an integration tool. So that's awesome. Based on your long time of working with Gorilla Expense, is there any perspective that you have to share about the AP automation marketplace? It just seems like that's a crowded space, and a lot of customers are trying to figure out how to improve their processes and optimize their, efficiency.
Well, I think one of the things that we're seeing is, we have a kind of a narrow lens on the market. We're looking at expense management. So what the companies are really wanting to see is that they're bringing in the AP automation, but they want their vendors to cooperate with each other and get it all right. So one of the things that we focused on is creating relationships with other ISV companies, because we consider ourselves to be ninja experts in expense management and timesheet management. And so what we want to do is we want to make any of those reconciliations that the customers want easy. So we've just come out with a partnership with Solver. We have an integration to BC365 with Solver, and with Binary Stream, we've actually been working with them for quite a while. We started on GP and we just put in BC365. So those companies that want to do multi-entity management and make sure that that's done seamlessly, they're really happy when they hear that we have that capability. The other thing that we've done is that we've made it very easy to configure a file for a flat file export if it's necessary into any payroll system, because there's so many of them. So what we do is we have a configured flat file, And I know I'm getting too technical, but what I'm trying to say is that we've thought through what the receiving software needs, and we've put together solutions that make that easy.
Are there any other observations you have from either longtime partners or even new Dynamics partners?
Well, I think the big one, and I just hate to repeat myself, is BC 365. This is where the market is moving. This is where the customer wants to see a seamless move. Even so, one of the things we've done is, so if a customer is moving from GP to 365, we've made that a seamless integration as well. Very simple to be done. A few tweaks depending on how they've configured the ERP system, but it's a very manageable and very easy thing to do. So really the thing I'm seeing with Microsoft's push to make sure that BC 365 becomes successful and all the things that they're doing. And the other thing that Microsoft is doing that's really interesting is that they are really starting to focus on verticals. And so for us, a vertical is not much of an issue because there's travelers everywhere. So it makes it very easy for us to accomplish that.
In every industry.
I mean, it's for every industry. It's a horizontal niche, really.
Is there one trend that you're seeing that in the space that are driving customers or partners to, talk to you?
Everyone's hearing about automation. Everyone's hearing about AP automation. And it's amazing the number of smaller companies in the SMB space, that are still in processing manually. And they're seeing that can cost them a full-time equivalent. They're seeing that it's costing them errors. They have audit issues. And so there's a lot of interest in automating that and making it very simple because from a customer point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the partner follows what the customer wants. And we follow what the partner wants and what the customer wants. All good. So one thing I wanted to be sure to mention is that we are on AppSource with Microsoft. We have that sort of imprimatur. We worked hard to be able to get our software out there. Customers can feel comfortable that we have that Microsoft endorsement. It's by implication that we're endorsed because we are on the AppSource space.
Okay.
So they can download a trial if they want, and then they can contact us, whatever they want, but we're out there.
Yeah, I like that you have that try it before you buy it trial version available so customers can, definitely, if they wish to try it. Thank you, Kathleen, for being part of our ISV talks and sharing about Gorilla Expense. And here's Kathleen's information, contact information, so you can feel free to reach out to her or go online, look at gorillaexpense.com. And also you can check the information out on our ISV portal, of course. It's a partner-only portal, but we have a lot of good information there you can check out. So thank you, Kathleen, for being a part and being a guest this week.
Carol, it's wonderful to be part of your network. Thank you so much for inviting me to be on this. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.